Are you ready?
Ready.
All right, let's go. Kevin here, top 1 financial advisor and best-selling author. We are here to talk about the stock market. We need to talk about Amazon because normal people get on Amazon and buy stuff, and now Amazon is going out there and buying stuff. And by buying stuff, I mean buying entire companies like iRobot, which is the maker of Roomba, for $1.7 billion. It was just last week they went out and bought One Medical, and it feels like every week they're going out there and buying some chunk of some industry and making some headwinds. So let's go ahead and talk about what this means for Amazon, what this means for consumers, and how this fits into their broader business strategy, because it's not obvious. It's not super obvious. I think the most obvious connection is this. They have the Alexa speaker. You can tell Alexa to go out and to tell your robot to start sweeping the floor. Now, I am someone with 2 kids, and I have a Roomba downstairs, and it is lovely, and it does connect with my Google speaker. That is an amazing privilege that I have, and it was worth every penny I paid for it. However, with this going into Amazon's wheelhouse, that's not the only thing, and that's not the only obvious connection here. So I have a list of things, list not long, but I have a list of things that it does connect to and how it makes sense when we talk about that company stack. I'm someone that loves when a company starts to have products that slot together, where it's like, hey, look, you are moving, you're buying a home, you're going to need not just one, but 2 or 3 or 4 of our devices to really get the full experience and to make your life a lot easier. So don't forget, yes, they have the Alexa speaker. They also have the Ring doorbell, which also comes with security cameras in front of the house and back of the house or wherever that you may need them, which means that not only do they see the outside of your house and what's coming in and out, they also know what's inside your house when you tell your vacuum, your iRobot, to start vacuuming. They also have the Astro robot, which a lot of people don't talk about, but that's supposed to be more of a security / assistant robot that kind of roams the hallways whenever you need it to. Now that one is a lot less popular. I think it came out last year or so, but a lot less fanfare. I didn't even know what it was until I started to look this up. However, you now have 2 robotics companies. You have the Ring doorbell, and then you have the inside speaker. I say inside speaker, but the Alexa speaker. That's 4 ways that you can diversify your revenue, but also improve your data collection and recommendations when it comes to Amazon Prime to even begin with, which is what this is always all about. Is how can Amazon get you to buy more stuff? And if you don't buy more stuff, how can I get you to buy more devices and services and things? And this is one way to do it. Now, from the data privacy collection, data collection spot part, this is a little bit concerning because let's say, for example, again, as a parent, right, if you notice, which I know they track this information and I don't have an Alexa, but if you notice I'm playing Baby Shark, that I'm playing Barney and Gracie's Corner and all the kids hits, right, you notice that, and you notice that at, I don't know, 6 p.m., the vacuum starts to run every day, or the vacuum runs at 6 p.m. every day, but all of a sudden, it's running more often during certain periods of the day. That tells Amazon that, hey, your kids are at home. It's spring break. They're sick at home. Whatever those things may be, because they can see what medicine you're buying, how often these things are vacuuming, what music you're playing, what time of the day are you doing these things. With the Ring doorbell, they can see how often you're going in and out of the home, what objects are being delivered. Well, I can't read the label, at least I hope they can. They can see like, hey, you did order something from Amazon, it's sitting on the porch, I'm going to send you a notification, let you know that your package is on the porch. That is the level of data they now have with everything without the robot. And when we include the robot outside of the vacuuming example I gave earlier, they now know how big your home is, because as someone who owns and loves the Roomba that they currently have, it does map out the entire the floor plan, where it says like, hey, here's the living room, here's the kitchen, here is your laundry room or whatever, and maps it out and gives you a map of where things are, where objects are, where the vacuum may be lost, so on and so forth. Amazon would now have access to that level of information, which, when you think about it, it's a little concerning. Okay, I will tell you that. But from a business perspective, I'm taking my personal paranoia out of it. From a business perspective, this could be a brilliant move. And the question is, are they absolutely going to, is this going to, move Amazon in a way where the stock is going to be up higher than where it is now by a significant margin? That's a question I don't know, because we had talked about this last week when they bought One Medical. It gets harder and harder and harder to evaluate this company the bigger that it gets. I can't tell you right now how big of a segment Alexa has. I can evaluate how big of a segment that iRobot / Roomba has. That is relatively valuable, and I think it's a good move for Amazon. But again, if I'm looking at that, I'm also weighing that against how bad or how good they are on the medical side. What about their cloud business? How do these things really shake out, and is this a company that I should consider investing in? What about the supply chain, right? How much, there are so many big pieces of Amazon that there's a case study. I'll say this. There's a case study about General Electric. General Electric got way too big, and they had to really crumble and start to sell off all these pieces because they got too big too quickly and were doing things that were way out of their wheelhouse. Now, I don't think that this is out of Amazon's wheelhouse. I think this move makes a lot of sense, even though the consumer in me is very concerned. The medical stuff, the owning of a studio, that's a whole different can of worms that I think they may need to break off or consider some reorganization there. But those are the facts. That is what's going on. Now, for Amazon right now, they're down about 11% in the last 6 months, down about 16% over the last year. They're still lagging behind the rest of their tech partners. However, July was a great month for all of us, and they have started to catch up, but so too has the entire stock market. So that's where Amazon stands today. They have about, as of today, they have still $37 billion in cash, which is a ridiculous number. But this is why, remember we had talked about evaluating balance sheets and understanding like the fundamentals of a company and why that's important. You don't see this on a chart. And I showed y'all a chart yesterday, right? We use charts from time to time to understand like when to buy a company, not necessarily what company to buy. So you have to use them both. This is an instance where a company that has that much money in cash can make moves like this. Not every company is in this space. There are a lot of companies out there that are borrowing because they don't have $37 billion to lean back on and have to figure out how they're going to keep things running. Amazon is flush. They got money, and obviously they are spending it. So we'll see next week what other thing they may consider buying. But again, for Amazon as a business, if I'm impartial, that is a good business move. It fits exactly with what they are trying to do by diversifying their revenue streams, having more information, and making better suggestions and things for you as a consumer. That's what they tell you. But for example, again, going back to the school example, if they start to notice, right, and things start to pick up around, hey, it's back to school season, I see you vacuuming more, maybe you just went and bought a special sponge to wipe certain stains off your walls because I know that you bought markers for your kids 2 weeks ago. Boom, they already know what to sell me, right? They already know that I should be doing certain things. They know I'm a parent. They know I should be saving for college, which I am, and things of that nature. They'll know when you start to buy birthday stuff for your daughter who features in your videos at the very beginning. They'll start to pick up those types of things. They create these profiles, and they're very good at that to generate more sales. So again, good for Amazon, for the consumer. A lot of that is creepy, but they're not the only company that does it. They're just the company that does it the best. Target had an example of this many years ago. I don't know if this is between 2010 and 2012, I believe, where Target had predicted that a woman was going to be pregnant based on like the lotion and stuff that she was buying before her parents knew and before she knew. That's kind of creepy. It is. And technology has advanced quite a bit from then. And again, Amazon is the best at doing it. Target is somewhere in the middle of the pack. So that was a bit of a tangent, but I do want to show you the level of detail and why people are concerned, but how all this data connects. If I know what you're watching via Amazon Prime, I know what you're shopping for, I know how often you vacuum, I know where your house is and how often people drop packages off and what music you listen to. All this stuff builds a strong marketing platform, and it tells them what to sell you, but also when they are selling your information to someone else, and when you click on Amazon and it's advertising a certain book to you, is because other people who have a certain profile know that they like this particular product. If I am paying Amazon to put the product in front of you, they know that I have a good target market because I have all of those data points to ensure that I'm going to get my money back. I'm going to have a positive return on investment. So that is what you need to know about Amazon and their deal. Does it make me want to buy more of Amazon? Not necessarily. Again, it's a very difficult company to evaluate, but I will be evaluating it for our members only. It was one of the companies that our members did suggest. I have a list of suggestions that our members ask for, and every week I pick one and we go ahead and break it down. So we will be breaking down Amazon, talking about where exactly they're getting their money, what do we expect for the company, and where do we see it going from here. So you want to make sure you are in the members only. That link is here. That link is in the description below, and there should be a giant button that says join right below this video. All right, that's it for me. I'll talk to you later. Bye.